Okay, hi. How's it going? Uh, I'm Alex, as always, here with another mixing video thing. And as you can see, I've got a blank screen. That's because I've made a template that I'm going to use to mix a song with. And on this occasion, I've made a template using entirely stock plugins, and we can take a look at my setup here. I've got magneto and frequency and compressor and vintage compressor and some envelope shapers and some brick wall limiters everywhere. I'm even using stock reverb, stock distortion. I'm even using all my stock reverbs and delays over here and stock stuff for mastering. So I didn't make a video tweaking all of these things out because I did a lot more trial and error with some things that I hadn't used before to see what kind of sounds I could get out of them and see how they worked well in this scenario. And that would have just been a lot of time wasted with me squinting at the screen saying, what the fuck? So I didn't do that. So what I did is I emptied out that session, saved this as a template, and I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to import a completely different song and completely different style song to see how well this template actually works. And assuming this doesn't suck, and I actually do post this video, I'm going to give you this template because I'm a kind and benevolent person. And, you know, you can take it apart, you can tear it apart, see what I've done, see how all the little tweaks that I've made have affected the overall tone. And if you figure out a way to make it better, cool, make it better and have fun. And if you're struggling with your mixes and your songs and making, you know, your stuff sound the way you want it to use or to sound, use this as a start, and then go forth and make cool stuff using it. So let's start out with our song, and this is from our Cambridge multi-tracks. This is Redwood Smoker and the Stoner. I've got the song downloaded somewhere. Let me see if I can crack that open in my downloads. There we go. Import. So this is what it sounds like, and before I start it, I need to check out this README. 26, 24-bit resolution, we got that, and 132 BPM. So let's change that real quick to 132. And then in this template, you'll also have this reference track stack ready for you. It's not routed anywhere, but it does use QSend number 2 as our reference. So if you hit the C2 button over in Control Room, you'll be able to listen to it, which we're going to do that now.
I remember the cop light at 9:49. We were scared out of our mind, but we never lost sight. I remember driving away, cold wind and hair.
So this song was listed as alternative country, which, yeah, that sounds like alternative country. So let's start adding in some tracks. And here we've got all my drums, and I do have some drum trigger tracks set up, which I'll explain in a second. But we've got kick, snare, hi-hat, toms, cymbals, overheads. And those are just from another, as they were titled in another song. So we've got kick in, kick out, snare up, snare down, hi-hat, tom, overhead, squish mic, rooms, shaker, tambourine, and those are all my drums. So I don't have a kick out mic. That's okay. Drag you in. I might not even use the kick out mic. This freezes on me. I'm going to murder something. Nope, there we go. Do not ask again. There we go. So there's my kick, snare up, snare down, and hi-hat, and tom 1 and tom 2. Uh-oh, where'd my hi-hat track go? Just disappeared. That's okay. There's my hi-hat. I don't have a China cymbal. I do have overheads. I do have rooms. And I do have a shaker and a squish mic and a tambourine. So I'm going to put the squish mic... come on. I'm going to put the squish mic on my China cymbal track. And we can tweak that later. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to add 2 audio tracks because it's a template. I can do whatever the hell I want with it. And I don't know if these shaker and tambourine tracks are mono or stereo, so I'm just going to create stereo tracks for funsies and route them to my drums bus. Shaker, tambourine. Different tracks. So, of course, they were mono, as I expected, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And we shall recolor those to be my drum channel. There we go. And we'll have to pan these later, and we'll have to tweak that later. Okay, so that's my drums. I don't have my I'm not using my kick out, although I guess I could. We'll throw it in there just in case we need it. And I'm going to take off. I'll just leave those on for the heck of it. And then my bass. Did I just really delete that? Stupid. Okay. We only have one bass. And it goes right there, because it does. Then I have a bunch of guitars. And on this one, I have it set up so it's got 2 main rhythm guitars, 3 lead guitars, 3 clean guitars, and a couple of bridge guitars, just because that was in the song that I mixed. So I've got a lot of different stuff over here, and I've got an acoustic, and I've got a banjo. So I'm going to take my acoustic and my banjo tracks, and I'm going to put them on my clean guitar tracks, because I can. And then I will take guitars... Let's see. Guitars 1 and 2. You'll go there. So these look like they might actually be leads. I'm just going to solo them up real quick. You know what? I'm actually going to put those down on my lead guitar tracks. And let's put guitars 3 and 4 down here on my rhythm guitar tracks, since they are doubles of each other. Oh, that's good. I'm just going to put you down on my bridge guitar tracks, 4 and 5. See what you're doing. Oh, you're more lead guitar. Maybe my electric guitars 1 and 2 should be on my. I really need to get a new mouse. Okay. So yeah, I guess I am going to take these 2 guitars and put them on my main rhythms, even though they are kind of leady. I'll take you, and we'll put you down on my lead guitar tracks. And then let's make sure that you're panned out the way I want you to be. Guitar leads. You know what? That'll work, I think. Panning on those should be fine. Panning on that should be fine. Cool. So that was my guitars. All the way down here. Banjo and acoustic guitar right there. And then my lead box 1 and 2. And backing box 1 and 2. Cool. So, one thing I haven't done is turn these into MIDI, and I'm going to turn these into MIDI manually, because we're using all stock stuff. I don't want to use Slate Trigger or anything that's kind of automatic or a paid plugin. I want to do this the hard way, the way that sucks. So let's see where we're at first, and then we will kind of mix these songs with MIDI. And I'll just fast forward there. Yeah, because everything's playing at that point.
Riding round drunk, raising all types of hell. Whiskey at night, 10 shots smoking light. Never liked the taste, but damn it, always got us right. We found it. Smoker and the stoner, now they ain't got a story to tell. Riding around, getting drunk, raising all types of hell.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get this kick turned into MIDI. I think it's missing a little bit of something from it. And we're going to have to do this the hard way. Check, check, check. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn this on to solo safe. Done. Okay. So let's listen to my kick real quick. Very robotic, but works. All right, I'm just going to breeze through this using Alt-N to go from hit point to hit point. Looks good. I'm probably not going to miss anything because it sounds like he's a really good and consistent drummer. Okay. He's got a little dance pop thing going on. Sounds good. So this is the time-consuming part. But overall, like, I'm not too dissatisfied with how this template is working on this song. The vocals are a little loud, as they should be, I guess. It's pop. Let me make sure that works. Okay. Vocals are a little loud. Probably want to tweak those out a little bit. Probably want to play with some effects and maybe shave off some top end on them. Okay, let's delete those hit points. So, going quick. For something like this, it works a lot better. Or it works pretty easy. There wasn't too many additional tracks that I needed to create. Okay, so on that one, I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and Control A and highlight all of that stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and select my kick MIDI right there. And then I'm going to go create MIDI notes, dynamic velocity, go to C1 on first selected track. You could create a whole new track and just drag that up there, but I've selected the track and it should work. There we go. And then let's come down to my snare track and do the same thing with it. So it sounded a little bleh in that. Let me come back here. And I'll show you why it sounded a little bit bleh. I guess I do have that distortion turned up. It worked well in the other track. The distortion did. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down quite a bit over here. All right. Come back over here. Dead, dead. Is that supposed to be there? Let me just listen to this. That's I don't have a gate on there. What is going on? This is a weird intro because it sounds like that's a weird thing. It doesn't sound like it's the snare. It sounds like it's the kick drum and toms just really coming through. Okay, well, whatever. We'll figure it out. I don't know why it's such a weird intro. I don't know. Or why it sounds so weird in the intro. That shaker's pretty loud. And the tamborine's pretty loud. Let me turn those down. And I will pan them both a little bit that way. Turn them down like that. Cool. Again, this is the hard part, the time-consuming, tedious part. I'm just going to have to turn that threshold down a little bit more. I'll have to go back to the intro and okay. Make sure it's not all screwed. So all sounds good, all works. And that's one point that I would like to raise real quick. These templates work if the tracks are already recorded pretty competently. A template like this, if you're working with a new engineer who is scared about how to point a microphone or records a million tracks for like a single guitar pass, that's where templates like this start to fall apart, right? So learn how to point a microphone, learn how to capture really good tones or the best tones possible, and then these templates make mixing everything so much easier. Okay, song is done, which was freaking weird. All right, so my snare track saved, my snare MIDI track selected, come back down here, create MIDI notes. We're going to save you to D1. And there you go. MIDI's created. So let's take a look at my MIDI tracks and what they're doing. So I've got these drum trigger tracks, and all I'm using over here is Groove Agent. And I've loaded up just the simple initial, the kick, kit sound. So it's, and all of these other tracks are going to the main output. So kick is separated into its own output, snare is separated into its own output. If you wanted to take the toms and put them on their own output, and do MIDI trigger the toms, you could really easily just select this one out, make it go out to output 4 or 5 or whatever it is, rather than the kit mix, and then you could have the toms panned and processed on their own tracks. But we're not going to do that. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So let's listen to my kit as a whole. It sounded like the toms were a little loud in sections. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. Let's tweak that gate. So that it's only picking up my toms. All right, here's my gate. Okay, that's a little bit better right there, and then this tom, tweak it. And let's take some of that top end off. A view. And a view.
God is right. Never thought we'd find it. I was burned out by Friday.
Alright. Some squasher in there. We need to get that bleh out of there.
Never thought we'd find it. I was burned out by Friday. Then we found the thing that brought us back to here. Never thought we'd.
The tom on its own is fine. It's just a little bit too bright and pokey on those when those cymbals come in. So I'm going to pull that down. I'll do the same thing with hue. A little bit more low end, a little bit less top end.
Never thought we'd find it. I was burned out by Friday. Then we found the.
Okay, there's one more thing that we have to do in the MIDI tracks. I'm sorry, I forgot about this. Whenever they come out really, really low. So we're just going to crank them both up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. No. Stupid. There we go. Cool. You can see it still has that velocity in there, so it's not, just the same sound the entire time. It's got a little bit of dynamics. We could make them a little bit less dynamic if we wanted to, but I don't. So on scenarios like these, I may just kill the gate entirely, or, sample replace. I usually don't like to try to sample replace toms because it sucks. They're usually a little too indistinct, but what I might try is making this gate a little less. So it's not such a drastic drop off whenever the toms come and hit. And then a trick that I saw from, you know what? I might try this one. The multiband envelope shaper. So let's do a quick solo listen. Okay. Oh, jeez. Ah, jeez. Okay. So what I'm doing with this envelope shaper, it's a multiband envelope shaper. So I'm taking all of the high frequencies and high mid frequencies that, you know, are from the nasty cymbal shit. And I am just killing their release time. So they kind of get out of the way a lot sooner. Okay. And then I'm going to copy that over to my other tom. Let's see what this smash mic is. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is check out my vocals.
Don't know they got a story to tell. Riding round drunk, raising all types of hell. Whiskey at night, 10 shots, smoking lights. Never liked the taste, but damn it, always got us right. Never thought we'd find it, always burn out by Friday. Then we found the thing that brought us back to here. And when I found out that you had wrecked your new car, I called you a dumbass, and man, you're still alive. Through the smoker to my stoner, cigarette to my light. God help us if one of us says goodbye. Smoker and the stoner, now they ain't got a story to tell. Riding around, getting drunk, raising all types of hell.
Okay, and now let's see how we're doing compared to our original.
Got a story to tell.
Where is the beginning of this song? So somewhere right around there.
I remember the cop at 9:49. We were scared out of our mind. lost sight. I remember.
You know what? I don't think that is supposed to be there. So I'm going to go ahead and mute it. And then take that away. Cool.
I remember driving away, cold wind and hair in my face. You were riding shotgun on the way back to my place. Some smoker and a stoner, now they got a story to tell. Look around the stoner, now they ain't got a story to tell. Riding around, getting drunk, raising all types of hell.
Okay, and then last thing, let's see if we can get a little bit more juice into our master fader.
I remember driving away, cold wind and hair in my face. You were riding shotgun on the way back to my place. Some smoker and a stoner, now they got a story to tell. Riding round drunk, raising all types of hell. Whiskey at night, 10 shots smoking light. Never liked the taste, but damn it, always got us right. Never thought we'd find it, always burned out by Friday. Never found the thing that brought us back to here. And when I found out that you had wrecked your new car, I called you a dumbass and man, you still alive. To the smoker, to my stoner, cigarette to my light.
So yeah, this is the template, and I think it sounds good. I mean, there's obviously some more stuff that I could probably tweak on it, but compared to the original track, the reference track, I think we kind of fucking nailed it. There'd be some more additional things that I would do to clean up. Maybe if I were really, really trying to release this song, I would definitely do something with those toms and would likely sample replace those. But yeah, I'm going to save this as a template with my tweaks and adjustments to it. And then I'm going to post it in the not the comments, but the video description, and you can download it and you can use it and you can have fun with it and you can tweak this. You can replace plugins. I don't give a shit. It's all bone stock. So if you don't want to go buy plugins, don't. Just use these and see what I'm doing and have fun. And with that, take it easy. Keep it sleazy.